Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We've been making our way through the mountain pass these last little while.
These boots have seen everything.
And we dealt with the Githyanki crash, so I think now we are going to head in this direction, assuming that's a valid path to follow. Oh, I guess maybe it's not. What about Lae'zel? You have a farther jump. Is there anything? I guess, yeah, you can't even see a path on the map, so I think this is all just unpassable chasm as it shows. And it just looks like a path. So we will not be going this way. I was all set to head this direction and it's just lying to me. Which is odd, because definitely we should be able to follow this path. Like, it's clearly visually walkable terrain. Probably more passable than other areas we have successfully walked. But oh well. Is this arch something we could jump up to? Wonder if there is... Because there were some flat spots I was seeing. Wondering if there's any lootables. Oh, and berry bushes.
Look.
Always good to grab. And a dead Githyanki. Always good to grab food as we spot it. We might be able to jump up there. I don't think there's any loot up there. Nah, we can't even get up there. That's fine. So, whoa, that's not what I'm trying to click on. Go away, you. How do I get back? There we go. So it looks like the only direction we have to go is this way.
That's curious.
It is nice when the paths sort of converge, and so I don't have to worry about missing things. Dimension door, some various loot.
Walk in the way of dawn, for Lathander cannot protect you where the light doth not reach.
Okay. Walk in the way dawn. I mean, we're walking through shadows here. Hello, weary traveler. I'm gonna just toss down a quick save.
What's in here?
Who there, wanderer? Stay thy course a moment to indulge an old man. May I inquire if perchance you retain among your traveling companions a man who adheres to the given name of Gale?
Yes, I definitely do. I was gonna say this guy looks like some sort of wizard. He just has that sort of appearance to him. Very Gandalf Dumbledore sort. As a matter of fact, I do. He's resting in camp. May I inquire who is inquiring? Gale, you say? Never heard of him. No, may I inquire who is inquiring?
Should it be the nature of our acquaintance that interests you, well, you may safely classify Gale and I as friends. Should it be the nature of your present interlocutor that you desire to drag from the dark and unknown, I shall be glad to aid in your quest for illumination and identify myself as Elminster. Elminster Aumar. Now, if this answer satisfies you, let us linger no longer in this limbo of indecision, but settle on your knowledge of the individual I seek.
I've definitely heard of Elminster. He is a well-known figure in Forgotten Realms lore as a powerful mage. What does he want to do? Like, no... It's weird. The Elminster would be friends with Gale. Gale being a low-level, I would assume not very well-known mage. But so be it. I do know of Gale. Yes, he's resting in our camp at the moment.
Ever a man of leisure. Would it pain you greatly to assist me along the little voyage I intend to undertake to this aforementioned camp?
It'd be my pleasure. I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding our camp without my assistance. I'll see that. No, it'd be my pleasure.
And I would confirm it to be so. Please, after you. My thanks for your excellent guidance. Ah, and yonder I spy the object of my pursuit.
Elminster?
The very same, Gale. And a fair bit miffed he is, too, finding himself forced to expose his best pair of boots to so many miles of country road on your behalf.
I don't understand. How so on my behalf?
I was bid to spare neither time nor my own self to find you. She sent me, Gale. You know of whom I speak.
But why? Out with it, Elminster. Please.
Young man, has your sojourn away from Bortity washed away your decorum as well as your patience? Nigh a 10-day I've gone without honest fare, worthy of the name. Drank naught but what the sky entitled my thirst. Why, some bread, cheese, and a cup of wine would appear unto me a feast. Surely you won't begrudge me a mite of rest and repast before I get out with it?
Huh. So she, whoever she is, she sent him. Is that Mistra? Who Gale claims he was in a relationship with until he screwed up? Or is she someone else that they're intentionally keeping vague so that we don't know? Yes, Gale, where's your decorum? I suppose we could part with a few of our rations. I'm not in the habit of taking in vagabonds. Referring to Elminster as a vagabond. Fantastic. Yes, Gale, where is your decorum?
Oh, fuller.
Fine, fine. I'll turn a deaf ear to the clarion calls with which my scorned stomach beseeches me. Graver matters are at hand. Plenty to digest, after all. A good deal to stew over, if you will. Words ladled with import should be savored so as to better absorb their meaning. Wouldn't you agree?
Elminster.
Right. You see, that is to say, Gale, my boy, I've come to address a most pressing matter. I'll speak as plainly as I can, forswearing the accustomed frills that decorate my speech. I'm here on behalf of Mistra. The message and the charge I bring you are hers.
You were sent here as an actual divine messenger. So yes, Mistra specifically has commanded Elminster to send a message to Gale. That is incredible. You're sent here as an actual divine messenger. I'm surprised she sent you in the first place after Gale's debacle. What message and what charge would that be? Or speak fast then, for none of this pertains to me. I mean, I shouldn't be the one asking. It should be Gale that's asking the message, and I'm definitely not gonna be like, this doesn't apply to me, get lost. I don't care. I like the first two, though. You were sent as a divine messenger, or just she sent you after Gale's debacle. I think I'm gonna not bring up Gale's debacle. I assume Elminster knows about it, but that's for Gale to bring up. So you were sent here as an actual divine messenger.
Oh, Mistra's delicate feet are ill-suited for the hardships of the road.
You know where you went wrong, Gale. No, we needn't dwell on that here and now. But even so, you're to be given a chance of redemption.
Mistra would consider forgiveness.
She would consider what she considers to be forgiveness. Mistra is aware of the misadventures that have befallen you both. She knows of your strife with the Absolute, that most insidious of evils.
Huh. So, Mistra's aware of the Absolute. She's aware of not just even only Gale's being infected, but also ourselves. Which is kind of odd. Like, the Elminster would be informed about us as well. But fine. If the goddess herself is aware, I wouldn't say no to some divine intervention. True facts. If even the gods know, why are we facing these threats alone? Also a good question. You wouldn't happen to know of a cure, would you? Some all-powerful parasite withering spell, perhaps? I'm gonna go too. If the gods know, why are we facing these threats alone?
They choose the instruments of their will with great precision. Sometimes the single drops we think we are do not realize what waves we are building up to be. Do not discount yourself, and by the same token, do not discount your enemy. You must know that the Absolute is more dangerous than you can possibly conceive. It threatens all who live, even those who are undying. It threatens the gods, the weave, the very fabric of the universe itself. That is why I have come here to charge you, Gale, with its destruction. It is Mistra's belief that only you can.
Gale alone. How so? Mistra's mistaken. I will be the Absolute's destroyer. Hogwash. Idle believes in false hopes. I would assume as a team, the idea of Gale alone or me claiming that I alone will destroy the Absolute both feel wrong. But Gale alone, how so?
The orb.
Precisely. Mistra has granted me the power to stop the clock, as it were, on the orb's rush to overpower you. Instead, you will be able to unleash its lethal combustion at will.
Interesting. This could be help or hindrance. We shall have to see.
You must find the heart of the Absolute, whatever that may be, and use yourself as the catalyst that will burn it from this world.
So you're effectively saying that Mistra wants Gale to use himself as a bomb to take out the Absolute. Yeah, that's monstrous. You're tasking him to kill himself? Say what you will, but you can't force Gale to go through with this, or we'll be rid of both the Absolute and Gale in one fell swoop. Win-win. Whoa! Whoa! No, that's monstrous. You're tasking him to kill himself?
He is not. But it seems that Mistra is.
It brings me no pleasure saying this, my friend, but such is Mistra's will. Yours must be the sacrifice that will undo the Absolute. And for your sacrifice, you will be redeemed. Such is Mistra's promise. With that, I've said my sorry piece, and need only bestow unto thee the charm I was bid. Mina hastra mistrariel Idalion Thras Annas It is done. Both charge and charm have been committed into your care. To you, I commit into care Gale himself. I count on you to shepherd him well on this strangest of journeys.
So, in Forgotten Realms lore, I guess most of D&D lore, but certainly Forgotten Realms, when you die, your soul is taken to Kalimvor to be judged, and then from there, he sends you off to whichever god your soul belongs to, and you have your eternal rest or whatever with your chosen god. And so, presumably, if Gale sacrifices himself and earns his favor with Mystra, then on his death, she will agree and collect him, and he will then spend eternity in her realm with her. Whether that means he gains back the relationship they had, we don't know. But presumably right now, if he died, even if he worships Mystra, which I assume he does, he wouldn't go to her realm, or at least not have a place of favor there. So, when you think about death as the end, yeah, that's a raw deal. But when you consider that there is an afterlife in the Forgotten Realms, and Gale would then be given to Mystra for his eternity, for his afterlife, I suppose there's value in that. There's also the thought that, you know, resurrection exists and whatnot, and can I just resurrect him afterwards? Bring him back, and thanks for taking out the Absolute, you're alive again? I assume not. On my honor, it shall be done, so we're talking about guiding Gale. Shepherd him, as it says. There's still a long journey ahead, we'll find another way. I'm not his keeper, and I do not accept your charge. I'm gonna go with 2. I'm sure we can find another way to deal with the Absolute besides just throwing Gale as a bomb at it. So, we'll find another way. Still a long journey.
Or some other fortune altogether.
Like moons make swell and wane the nescient seas, so too the sky-strewn gods ordain the tidal fates of mortal days. And yet, an ocean born in lonely hours, come ebb, come flow, come all that is beyond the breadth of our dominion. Be a moon unto yourself. Even the waves of fate can break upon the shores of will. Farewell, my friend.
Farewell, Elminster. I'm glad she chose you.
Yeah. Elminster. Being a friend of Gale. That's certainly a thing. And yeah, just because Mystra has chosen Gale for this role, I doubt Mystra is the only god taking an interest in this Absolute. And therefore, multiple gods might have their own plans of how to deal with it. It wouldn't surprise me to see Shar be involved, given Shadowheart's presence, or even maybe Selûne, again, with Shadowheart's presence. I think tieflings are tied to Asmodeus. He might get involved. Oh, what? Sylvanas? The druid's god? Could get involved? Yeah. So it's like, just because Mystra has a plan doesn't make me think that's the only possible plan to deal with this. So Gale wants to talk, not surprisingly.
An audience with Elminster is never less than memorable. I'd have hoped to introduce you to him in less dire circumstances. But those are hard to come by these days.
I always imagined Elminster to be more imposing. An old man with a craving for cheese, hardly the great wizard of legend. He didn't seem much of a friend, showing up and demanding you kill yourself. Again, I don't think that was his demand. It seemed like he would rather not have to say that, but when charged by a god to carry a message, you do it. Actually, I was hoping to talk about something else. No, we're not going to just give up on this conversation. I always imagined Elminster to be more imposing.
The doddering act is merely an illusion, one he's most adept at maintaining. Elminster is the most formidable wizard in the realms. Perhaps in existence. For Mystra to have sent him, the severity of her bidding could not be clearer, or weigh more heavily on me. Time seems so infinite when you're young. A month is an age. A year is a lifetime. It is a strange feeling to realize how little of it one might have left.
You seriously considering doing what Elminster said?
Of course. We offer the clearest solution to our problem. All I have to do is find the right place and time, close my eyes, and let go. Then the slate will be clean. Wrongs will be righted, the Absolute will be gone, and I along with it.
I don't understand. Can't Mr. just destroy the Absolute? Or Elminster himself? So that's it, you're on a suicide mission now? There's surely another way. What about me? Am I safe around you? Obviously we're safe around him. Certainly he has more control now, so we're safer than we were. Whatever you need to do, I'll be there to help. I mean, that's a fair answer. Not agreeing or disagreeing with the plan, just... we'll be there to help. But I also do like this top one. Again, gods are very powerful. And I don't think the Absolute is actually a god. I mean, maybe they are. But it feels like they're just an extremely powerful mind flayer or elder brain. At least in my mind, that's what I'm picturing them. Maybe they've gotten powerful enough to be able to claim the title of a god, but I figure, like, the god of magic sounds pretty powerful to me. Elminster probably can't take care of it. Like, if the Absolute is on par with gods, Elminster is just a powerful mage. And yes, powerful wizards reach into the realm of lesser gods with their ability to, you know, cast wish and whatnot, but... I don't know. Can't Mr. just destroy the Absolute or Elminster himself?
I've no doubt she has the power to do so, but as for the permission, Ao would not look kindly on her meddling in mortal affairs. Divine intervention has a tendency to make things worse, not better. As for Elminster, he saved the realms more times than legend can recount. But to take on a god is no easy feat, even for him. My orb is the best chance we have. And only I can wield it.
So if I recall, Ao, I think, is the father of all the gods. Maybe not all of them, but in general, the father of the gods. But he also stands kind of standoffish from the mortal world, where he just kind of sits back and does his own thing. Apparently, he just polices other gods. At least that's how it seems to be described here. So that's it. You're on a suicide mission now.
Possibly the most spectacular one ever conceived. But essentially, yes. I'm living on borrowed time, in more ways than one. Perhaps this is how it must be. That remains ahead of us for now. The heart of the Absolute must be discovered before I can stop its beating.
I'll make sure we find it, Gale, I promise. You're not blowing yourself up, Gale. I won't let you. I mean, that's the nice answer, but I think in Gale's current frame of mind, I don't think he would appreciate that. Versus the first option, I'll make sure we find it, is agreeing with him without directly saying, we're going to make sure you blow yourself up. It's just, we'll find the heart. Regardless, we've got to do that. But once we find the heart of the Absolute, then we can figure out what options are available to us. Because there likely will be other options besides just unleashing himself. But yeah, I'll make sure we find it, Gale, I promise.
Then I suppose there is nothing more to be done but find the heart of the Absolute and stop its beating.
Let's see if anyone else has anything to say about Elminster's visit.
What's up for discussion?
I can't believe Mistress demanding Gale sacrifice himself to destroy the Absolute. It's just a waste of a perfectly good cult that we could be controlling. And a waste of a perfectly good Gale, I suppose.
The amount of blood that's on people after battles always surprises me.
Oh, was that Gale's granddad?
I don't think they're related. That was Elminster Aumar, the most famous wizard in the realms. Oh, look like it. No, that was Elminster Aumar, the most famous wizard in the realms.
It doesn't ring a bell. But all right. Must have had something important to say to Gale if he came all this way. Good news, I hope.
Hi. I don't think it was. It turns out Gale has an explosive bomb in his chest and Mistress asked him to use it to blow up the heart of the Absolute. Do we reveal that? I mean, it seems like Astarion was aware. So it's clearly not that much of a secret. Somehow Karlach wasn't aware, though. But yeah, we'll just lay the situation out. Gale is a ticking time bomb that Mistress asked to point at the Absolute.
Whoa now, he's got a... Well, I guess that would explain a little, but... Mistra? I mean, this is a lot to take in. What's he going to do?
I think he's gonna follow through with it. I don't think he'd do that to himself even if Mistra commanded it. I'm not sure. I think he's of several minds. I mean, right now, I think his plan is that he's gonna follow through with it. I'm hoping long term we can dissuade him from that. But for the current moment, I don't think he's of several minds, or I don't think he's planning to reject it. I think he's planning to go through with it.
Fuck me. There's devotion and then there's stupidity. If the god of magic can't handle this without sacrificing Gale, she's no god at all. Poor Gale. He must be in bits after hearing that. I'll distract him. Tell him I haven't read a book since secondary school. Watch his face melt off.
Huh. Distraction would probably be good for him. So I'm assuming that also means that at this point, Gale is no longer going to require magic items. Since it's somewhat under control.
Actually expects Gale to just sacrifice himself like that. Seems like a waste of a fine mind.
Is Shar any better? We can't ask, sadly. But again, I don't think Shar is any better.
Elminster. Even the Githyanki have heard tell of the Sage of Shadowdale. Some of his works have been translated to Tirsu. That doesn't mean his every word carries wisdom, however. Near as I can tell, Mistra demands Gale's faith, but holds no faith in him. Why else would she demand Gale sacrifice himself, and perhaps so many others? Does she not think he can destroy the Absolute with his own immense talents? Does she not know the mighty company that he keeps? Demanding Vlaakith may be, but she acts for the good of the Githyanki people. Mistra is concerned only for herself. Bah. Perhaps he'd find forgiveness in a fiery death. But I can't help but wonder why he'd want it at all.
And again, you look at Lae'zel, and it's like, you think Vlaakith wouldn't demand you sacrifice yourself to take out a great threat? Because she totally would. Vlaakith does not care about the individual Githyanki. She would throw, you know, one of the Githyanki servants at the Absolute, order them to sacrifice themselves if she thought they had a good chance of ending the Absolute, without question. So to try and pretend that she's so much better... No.
You wish to speak?
Yeah, so from what I understand, Halsin wasn't intended to be a party member, but then everyone liked him in early access, and so they made him a party member. But he definitely seems to have a lot less connection and dialogue. Yeah, he doesn't seem as complete of a companion as our other companions.
A shame my first brush with the famed Elminster couldn't be a tad more optimistic. Listen, I might invoke the Triad from time to time, appeal to Helm, but I'm no man of faith. Not like Gale. I don't know what drives a man to consider his own death, among countless others, to be an appropriate exchange for his goddess's forgiveness. To me, it all sounds like nonsense. The faith that matters most is that which you hold in yourself, in the ones that most matter to you. Big Bomb be damned. Gale's got everything he needs to defeat the Absolute already. Talent, nerve, and powerful allies at his side. I hope he'll come to see that.
Agreed. Yeah, I don't think Gale needs to sacrifice himself. And I hope we get that option. I'm sure we do. The game can't actually be designed such that only Gale can defeat the Absolute. Because if Gale dies early on, then we would be screwed. So surely there's other ways to defeat the Absolute, and we just have to find one. Why are there a bunch of random dead animals here? Seems a little odd.
Do not walk in darkness. Turn to the light.
Yeah, you've said that already. Oh, does that mean we're getting close to the Shadowlands? That's probably what's going on. Okay, nothing else hidden this way. Yeah, all the twisted trees. I'm betting
Let's see what this does.
we are getting close to the Shadowlands,
Do
and that's...
not enter. Beware of the shadows.
Yeah.
Pass at your peril.
Okay. To the Shadow Cursed Lands. Is there anywhere else we haven't explored? I don't think so. No side paths that I can see coming off of there. We couldn't go any farther that way. We already went down here and explored all of that. I don't see any other side paths we might have missed. No. Just trying to decide where we have left to go before I actually enter the Shadow Cursed Lands. We definitely haven't found where the where words are failing me. In the Underdark, we saw an elevator went up, presumably to the Shadow Cursed Lands, and so it definitely didn't come up here. We didn't see it, but we also saw in the Underdark a Zentrum supplying area with an elevator that was broken, and I also don't see where that would connect. And I would have thought that would come here to the mountain pass rather than to the Shadow Cursed Lands. So I was expecting to find that in the mountain pass, but we've now reached the end. So presumably that also connects to the Shadow Cursed Lands. I guess I'm expecting that I would have seen a Zentrum base. Let's see, is there anything we did miss? We've got like an area here that we'd have to jump to that I'm not sure we got to. I don't think that is walkable. Just looking around for little spots I might have missed. Let's do a quick run back to here. Pop up there just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Don't think I am. Everything else looks fully explored. Yeah, this area wasn't as big as I was expecting it to be. I mean, obviously, the monastery was huge. But yeah, let's quickly rush back. Whoa. Just to make sure I don't miss anything. I think it's in this-ish area, right? No, it's down here. Down this way? Yes. Oh. No, that berry bush has already been looted. It glowed for a second as if it was unexplored. Oh. No, this is just an open area. It's fully connected. We didn't have to jump or anything. Well, that's disappointing. It's not anywhere new at all. Alright. Well, then let's go back to... Yeah, I guess I'm just going to go back to the exit to the Shadow Cursed Land. And then probably end the episode there. Next time we will head into the Shadow Cursed Land. Possibly should I switch out to have Halsin with us for that? It's a thought. Because we know he is strongly connected to that. Are you guys coming over here? Come on. I don't know. Not sure who I would replace. I guess he could be a party healer, so maybe finally switch out Shadowheart for someone else, because she's been in our party the entire time. But I don't know. I'll think on it. Feel free to let me know your thoughts on it, whether there is enough point in switching out to have Halsin, or if I've missed anything in my explorations. If there's something cool that, yeah, I missed and we should go back for. But otherwise, we're going to end this here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.